Xenagogue Online. Welcome, Guardian. Today we will be looking at the 1320 Law Sector Perdition. Recommended power level 1320. Champions present, Barrier and Overload. Burn present, 50% bonus damage to all arc damage. Shield elements present, Arc and Void. Modifiers present, Locked Loadout. Match game, mismatching elemental weapons versus enemy shields will considerably lower your damage. Extra shields, enemy shields are increased from base amounts. Limited revives, limited fireteam revives gain additional revives by defeating champions. Shocker, Vex Goblins will drop a pool of arc area of effect upon death. Number of champions within the Law Sector. Overload, 2. Barrier, 2. Advised Loadout. Kinetic Slot. We advise you to bring your legendary auto rifle of choice. The barrier champions within the Law Sector are a fair distance away, so it is more preferred to have an easily controlled auto rifle for longer distances. No focus on damage output. Energy Slot. We advise you to bring an arc bow of choice. For an exotic option, Trinity Ghoul is a very fantastic choice, as it will be your main red bar clear for the entirety of the Law Sector. Depending on your heavy slot choice, you may opt for a legendary arc bow in the form of either Point of the Stag or Wolf Tongue Draw. Heavy slot. We advise you to bring a high damage arc heavy of choice. While Tarantula is the most optimal damage output out of the entire legendary heavy weapons, it suffers from poor damage output on Wyverns, of which there are 2 within this Law Sector. If you are opting for an exotic heavy, we advise you to use Wardcliff Coil, as it will eliminate the Wyverns without any issues, but it will have issues eliminating champions with 1 salvo. Loadout using gameplay. Chroma Rush with Heating Up and Rampage for barrier champion stunning. Trinity Ghoul for overload champion stunning and red bar clearing. Tarantula with Moving Target and Wellspring for high single target damage, great for boss and champion damage. Your first obstacle will not be a champion, but a mini-boss Hydra surrounded by plenty of arc-shielded red bars. We advise you to clear out the red bars while attempting to take minimal damage from the Hydra. The Hydra can be damaged and eliminated before it teleports into the next room, but the Hydra will teleport if enough damage has been dealt, but not eliminated. Your first champion will spawn when you've reached a certain distance within the first room. We advise you to clear out the red bars, stunning the overload champion when needed to grant you leeway. Your second champion is immediately after the first, just up the stairs into the second room. We advise you to stay close to the stairs as it will be your main escape point if needed. Due to the proximity of the champion to the stairs, we advise you to stun and eliminate the champion with haste. Your second obstacle will appear after the entire room has been eliminated. 2 Wyverns will spawn, along with 2 barrier champions. Depending on your loadout, you will either be able to dispatch both Wyverns with a single volley of the Wardcliff Coil, or you will need to be patiently damaging them. Do not get greedy with the Wyverns, as they will turn your momentum against you. Your third and fourth champions will have spawned with the Wyverns, in the form of barrier champions. We advise you to eliminate any red bar enemies from the area, and continue with champion damage. boss room is directly up the stairs and is optimally completed behind this barrier, as it will give you enough cover to eliminate red bar enemies, while also giving you a very easily accessible escape route. Enemies will continue to spawn based on the health of the boss. Eliminating the boss early will skip bleeding, so be aware of the additional red bar enemy spawns. This concludes the guide for the 1320 Legend Lost Sector, Perdition. Prove to your enemies that Arc strikes twice. Xenagogue offline.